Now, there are footwear that transcend fashion and eras, sneaking into history and leaving us with a nostalgic feeling that never quite goes away. The New Balance 740 is part of that exclusive category, and today in 2025 we will be reviewing what the latest release of this model has to offer. We are going to examine what the design looks and feels like both off the box and on foot, as well as rate the sneaker based on price and other relevant criteria. So stick around and let's do this, guys. Now remember, this is not a hype channel, this is not a sponsored channel, this is simply me giving you real honest reviews based on my personal experience. I know most of you are not collectors or anything, you just want to know what looks good and where to invest your money that will be worth your while. So if you are looking for real honest reviews about any sneaker you might be considering, you've definitely come to the right place, and you can check any one of my videos on some of your favorite sneakers here on the channel. Now, quick background, guys. So funny story, I've actually never been a fan of New Balance. I wouldn't stretch it to say that I've been a hater or anything, and I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but it was just something about the N that put me off with the earlier models. You see, anytime I saw the N, it just sort of reminded me of Nike for some reason. It just didn't distinguish them enough as a brand, in my mind at least. Now, obviously in recent years, with all the talk about Nike's lack of innovation and overpriced sneakers, sneaker enthusiasts started turning towards other brands for style preferences. Now, this opened up a gap for smaller brands like On Cloud, Hoka, Asics, and of course New Balance to exploit. They started producing more innovative shoes with a focus on style, performance, and comfort, and these were coming at affordable price points. And what do you know, these brands started gaining market share, and with that, the resurgence of the New Balance sneaker as a trendy shoe. I started seeing them popping up on my feed, celebrities were wearing them, students, retail stores, it was just everywhere, guys. But guys, what really piqued my interest was actually a thing called owned manufacturing. And what does this mean? So apparently New Balance are the only mainstream streetwear brand that exclusively manufacture their shoes in their own facilities, hence the term owned manufacturing, a demonstration of their commitment to maintaining consistency and the highest quality of craftsmanship on all shoes shipped across the globe, which for a streetwear brand for me is pretty damn impressive. And so with this in mind, I went out in search for my first New Balance sneaker, and that was how I landed these lovely pair of 740s. So apparently they are a spin-off or improvement to the 530s, as they share the same sole but slight differences in their uppers. That shoe obviously brought much success and became the most popular shoe in 2024, so I suppose it was no surprise when they decided to reintroduce the 2010 740 runners in 2024, which went on to achieve even greater success and has been among their top selling sneakers in the past year. They've created this in numerous colorways, guys. I browsed across various platforms and was a bit spoiled for choice. Eventually I managed to get my hands on this lovely looking pair in brown and beige, which I'm absolutely loving now that I've seen it in real life. It's got a light and shiny feel about it, and actually this particular colorway seems to be a bit scarce, because look, I went back to all the sites to gather a bit of content for this review, and look, gone. I did see a few colorways that looked quite similar, but not this exact one, so I thought that was interesting. Seems like people are taking to these as they are selling out pretty fast. Anyways, when it comes to the upper, the whole thing is made of mesh and synthetic leather, and that includes the angular overlays. Look, it's also made of leather as opposed to the metallic ones that I've seen on a few others. Now, I don't know how much of it is translated on camera, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels and looks really high quality in my opinion compared to a few other streetwear categories that I've gotten. The lacing fastens really tight, the tongue and the collars are both padded with foam, which just reinforces that consistency and all-round stability you'd want from any performance shoe. I think they've gone a bit crazy with the branding, which to me just adds a bit more emphasis on craftsmanship and how New Balance rates this 740s. So let's do a count on exactly how many brand instances appear on this, just to serve as a guide, you know, in case somebody tries to sell you a fake in the near future. I've got you covered, don't worry. So we've got the N branded on both sides as well as the toe box area. We've also got one sneaky little one right here at the tip of the toe guard. The trademark NB logo also appears on the tongue, the insoles and the heel area. It's got the 740s to emphasize the model on the tongue as well as on the outer side of the upper. Now it's also got the New Balance inscribed into the midsection of the outsole, which conveniently brings me to the sole. Now, as I've said, they've gone for a similar look with the 530s for the sole, which to be fair, I don't see as a bad thing. It isn't uncommon with sneaker brands, and I think if something works, why would you want to change it? I just think of it as a variation to a line that served the brand well. So yeah, I think I like it. For the midsoles, they've employed the Absorb technology as it says on it, which is supposed to offer lightweight cushioning and compression resistance, as we will inspect in a bit. It's got sort of that off-white or creamy feel about it, with the bottom bit that is darker grey, which I love because it just creates enough separation from the ground to keep the sole looking clean when you look at them. The midsection is depressed, which I suppose should allow for efficient load distribution, and it's got rugged but intricate patterns that got traction written all over it. Speaking of traction, guys, you know what else would give this channel some traction? Yup, you've guessed it, it's your likes, your comments and subscriptions. So please go ahead and engage in the comment sections, guys. I promise you, it's free. Speaking of durability, guys, overall I think considering the choice of materials and design of this shoe, it definitely will last you a really long time. As I mentioned, the company's decision to maintain exclusive in-house manufacturing ensures that their shoes are produced at the highest quality, so you can rest assured you are getting a premium product. And look, it's all leather and mesh, so honestly you'd really need to run these into the ground before you start to see any form of creasing. This colorway is also dirt resistant, so for those of you that don't like to clean your sneakers, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay, let's talk about fit and comfort. Now, as soon as you put this on, you can see straight away it just gives summer vibes, guys. It looks really nice with a pair of shorts and socks. Because it's bright or pale colored, I've sort of gone for matching socks and shorts. If I had a different colorway like black, for example, I probably will be going for a different outfit as well, because I love a bit of consistency with my looks. Now, what I will say in terms of silhouette is it's got a bit of a slender look, which I'm not entirely sure that I'm a fan of when you combine it with shorts, because the entire shoe is exposed, which sort of just makes it look a bit smaller at the bottom. I just prefer my sneakers to have a bit of width as you go down to the bottom, so you just have a larger base and more balanced silhouette. But if we move on to this fit, for example, you can see that it looks so much better with the baggy chinos. That slender look gives it a bit of a funky old school vibe. I think it just suits it a bit more than when you wear it with shorts, but might just be my personal preference. I'll be interested to know what you think in the comments. Finally, I tried it with a pair of straight cut jeans and I thought these looked really nice as well. Very clean and classy look with light colors, but again, feel free to switch up your color combination depending on what colorway you go for. So because of the slender fit, guys, I was actually tempted to go a size up with these, but I sort of took the risk and went exact size, and yeah, I think they turned out inch perfect, guys. Look, it's so easy to slip in and out of, and the mesh and foam on the upper, guys, honestly, I do not feel like I've got any shoes on. It feels almost weightless, guys, and you'd think this would normally impact on the quality, but I assure you the mesh and the leather are brilliant on the eye and also in hand. I would say though that in terms of the insole, it's pretty comfy, but certainly not the most comfortable I've come across. I think overall you are still getting a very comfortable experience. Now, price, I purchased this sneaker from JD for £100. Now, honestly, considering all of what this sneaker offers, I think it is a pretty decent price point. What I will say though is you may not always get it at that price depending on the colorway or the retailer that you're getting it from. I did do a bit of surfing before I was able to find this particular colorway at this price, so just a thing to bear in mind when you go out looking for yours. So what's the verdict on the New Balance 740s? Overall, guys, I think this is a really decent product that offers a good blend of aesthetics and comfort at an affordable price. For ratings, I give it a 7.5 for design because I think it's really beautiful. The color combination is also stunning with the mesh and the leather blend, as well as the overlays and detailing that just make it aesthetically pleasing. It does look a lot like the Asics 1130s, which I believe is the direct competitor to this shoe, so I'm not really sure that it gets any point for innovation. Durability wise, I give this an 8 because honestly I don't see any obvious loopholes in the design. This particular model doesn't have any shiny metallic bits, and this overlays look is all synthetic leather and mesh, so you don't have to worry about any creasing. Just keep in mind that if you're getting a colorway with a lot of bright colors, you will need to be cleaning your sneakers a bit more often. The fit, I give it a 7 because while it looked really great in trousers, I wasn't entirely convinced with the look when you combine it with shorts. And if you love a bit of shorts like me during the summer, I would go for an option that's got a bulkier fit at the bottom. Maybe the 1960s or the 1906s. For comfort, this gets a 9 because like I said, it's extremely roomy and comfortable. It's lightweight, it doesn't feel like you've got anything on it, if I'm being honest. And if the insoles were a bit more comfy, this would definitely have been my first sneaker to rate a 10 out of 10 on comfort. But I guess you can't have it all, can you? For traction, the sole has got a good amount of grip on surface. It's intricately patterned with a dome-like dip that keeps the midsection off the ground, which makes it very efficient for exercising or simply walking. I'm giving it a 7.5. For price, I've given this an 8 because I think at £100 it is pretty decent considering the level of quality, comfort and durability it offers in comparison to some other options from other brands. Performance wise, I've given it an 8 because as I've said, you really need to experience these yourself to testify. From comfort to fit to weight to strength, honestly you could do anything in these. Now for status guys, as you know, the 740 is not a luxury shoe. It was made with a focus on affordability, comfort and performance, so please bear in mind that this wouldn't necessarily serve as a status symbol, although I would say that New Balance has gained some popularity in recent years, but it is obviously not an Off-White or Louis Vuitton shoe, so this is getting a 5. Now you know why I always say brands do not always equate to value, so if you're not into brands and status, this metric will not matter to you, so please go ahead and ignore this. That being said guys, overall this shoe gets a 7.5, which I think is a pretty decent score for an affordable runner shoe. I think one thing that New Balance have been able to achieve with this sneaker is it honestly looks more like a lifestyle shoe than an actual performance sneaker, and they've managed to maintain most of its performance features in the process, which is honestly not an easy thing to do in today's competitive market. So yeah, kudos to New Balance on these. So that's it for today's review guys. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more sneaker content. Follow the link at the top if you'd like to watch the review of the Nike V5 runners, and as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the shoe. If you think you're going to get one, or if you've got one already, let me know what your experience has been. Until next time guys, stay stylish and see you in the next video. Peace.